Hi everyone, how's it going? I'm Desiree, and what I have for you today is a vinyasa flow, all moving towards Ardha Chandrasana, which is half moon. So coincidentally, we did just have the full moon, so maybe if you want to, play with cultivating this moon energy and bring that with you in your practice, by all means, go for it, have fun, and enjoy. Take a moment to gather your belongings and find your perfect practice space. I have 2 blocks and I have a blanket. You don't necessarily need one. I just kind of hurt my knee skateboarding, so I'm going to need a little extra love and attention to that area today. But if that is the case and you feel like you do need a blanket, by all means, please grab one. And when you're ready, we'll start standing on our mat. I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. Place your hands somewhere on your body that feels good to you. Take a moment to just connect to your breath. Right. Feel your hands connecting to your body. And feel the skin press into the palms. And feel everything just start to move in one piece. And as you sync your breath, your body, your practice, all to this present moment. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. All right. So I just want you to sweep your arms up overhead. Okay. And then we're going to grab onto your left wrist with your right hand. Okay. And I want you to think of this entire left side of your body just in one piece, right? So root down through the foot, right? And then lift long through the entire left side of the body, right? And then dip over to the right for a side bend. At this point, I do want you to start to find a lift coming from the inner line of the foot, the leg, all the way up through your center. And even think muscular engagement start to turn on and hug in. And then pull yourself back up to center. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. So again, start to associate the entire side of the body being one piece. All right, reach up and then bend over to the left. Start to draw everything in towards center, turn everything on. There are our friends. And then pull yourself back up to center. All right. I want you to sweep the arms back behind you. So you're going to come in like a diagonal. All right. And just for a moment, pretend like you're holding a block. Or actually, no, I want you to grab that block. I want you to really associate and get acquainted with how this feels. So take the widest width, take it back behind you, right? And just hold it in between your hands like so. And then from that inner line of your arms, right? So starting all the way from the armpits down to the fingertips, I want you to think of reaching back. All right, go ahead and remove that block. Just place it down on the ground and then return the arms back behind you. This time I want you to interlace the fingers, right? So just the fingers interlace, so pull the wrists apart. So with the hands pulling down towards the ground, I want you to think of taking the sides of the chest up. We may have a visitor in a moment. Or not, I scared him away. All right, go ahead and pull the fingers apart. Right? And then continue to hold the arms like this, like you're still holding that block. And then flip the arms around so the palms are facing forward. So we're in a bit more of like an external rotation position. And then like you're pressing through something thick, I want you to take the arms up overhead. All right. Find that long line of lift from the feet all the way up till the pelvic floor. Keep the hips directly over the ankles, and I want you to start to hinge forward. So you're going to lead with a flat back, and I want you to have the sensation of like you're about to fall over the edge of a cliff. All right, stop halfway. All right, take your hands to those blocks or to your shins. All right, and then find that patch of skin right below the navel, and then think of lifting that skin up towards the sternum. And then I want you to release at the hips, right, bringing the trunk down towards the legs. And then let go of the sides of the trunk, the neck, and the head, while still keeping that lift in the legs. All right. Come back to that halfway lift. Right. If you're on your blocks, just move those off to the side. Bend the knees, take the hands to the ground. Step the left foot back. Let's move into those sun salutations. All right. So just take a moment here, get into the legs, stay lifted in your undercarriage, right? If you start to practice with me, this undercarriage, right, is the top of the back thigh, the bottom of the front thigh, the pelvic floor, all lifted, hips in line. All right. Go ahead and drop the back knee. Okay, untuck the toes, stand yourself up, and then sweep the arms back behind you. Again, find that interlace. Okay, pull the hands apart, and then circle the hands forward, bringing them back down to the ground, and then step it back to a downward facing dog. All right, inhale forward to plank. And then exhale, you're gonna lower down to the ground in one piece. You can take the knees down first, however you need to get there. All right, and then when you make it down, inhale, lift up for cobra. Take the shoulders away from the ears, pull the chest through the arms. Exhale, fold. All right, reach the tailbone back, find neutral in the spine. Press up to all fours or straight up to plank. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. All right, exhale, we're gonna step it wide. So on the outside of the right hand. All right, take a moment here, stay lifted in your legs. All right, that undercarriage. All right, shift your weight forward, right? And then step the left foot forward to meet the right in a squat. Hands free, right? Right? Press down through the feet, right? Find that lift on the inner line of the legs, right? And then press down, stand yourself up, circle the arms, exhale, dive and fold forward. Right? Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. All right, walk the feet together, or at least hip distance apart, right? Now we're gonna move to the second side. Step the right foot back, low lunge. Drop the knee, right. Stand yourself up and then sweep the arms back for the interlace. And pull the hands apart, find that external rotation, sweep the arms down to the ground, step it back to dog. Right. Inhale forward to plank. Right, find that neutral, zip the belly in and up, lower down to the ground. Right, inhale up for cobra. Exhale down. Right, re-reach the tailbone, press back up to all fours or plank, and then exhale back to dog. All right, from the inner thigh, lift the left leg up. And then step it to the outside of the hand. Step the right foot forward, come into a squat. Right? And then no hands, just be here in your legs. Find lift in the trunk. Right? And then press down through the feet, stand yourself up. Exhale, dive and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the feet together. All right, and then step the left foot back. Here we go again. All right, take the knee down. All right, sweep the arms back. Interlace. Pull the hands apart, and then step back to that dog. All right, move forward to plank, right? And then if you want to switch it up, right, you can lower halfway for chaturanga, and then flip up and over the toes for that upward facing dog. By all means, if you want to stick with the cobra, go for it. And exhale back, down dog. Lift the right leg, step it forward. All right, this time a little extra challenge. No hands as you step forward to that squat. All right, press down through the feet, right? Stand yourself up. Then we're going right back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the feet together. Step the right foot back. Low lunge. Drop the knee. Stand it up. Interlace the hands. Sweep the arms up and down. Step it back, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, forward to plank. And then your choice of which back bend you want to move into. Right? Either cobra or upward facing dog. He concurs. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Step it forward and wide. All right, no hands, step it forward to that squat. All right, press down through the feet, stand yourself up, and then dive right back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the feet together. Take your hands to your hips. And just like we got down, we're gonna lift with a flat back to come right back up to stand. Hands by your sides, Tadasana. Take a moment to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Go ahead and open up your eyes, circle the arms up, dive and fold forward. All right, and either hop or step back to a downward facing dog. All right, lift the right leg up, and then this time just step it forward in between the hands. All right. We're gonna build warrior 2. So root the back heel down, that 90-degree angle, right? Stay low and stay in your legs, right? Pay attention to this outer hip, hug the outer hip in and wrap it slightly underneath of you. So that should help keep the hips open as you press forward, right? Bring the arms up, get real big. From here, flip the front palm, tilt back, peaceful warrior. Right, so keep the legs exactly where you are and just tilt the trunk back. So again, we want to find that long line on the right side of the body, just connecting, getting long. Just one big piece. Right, pull yourself up, take the hands down, step it back, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg, step it forward. Right. Stay low, get that back foot down. All right, keep your strength in your legs, right? And then bring your attention to that outer left hip, right? Think of wrapping it in and back and underneath of you, right? And just keep the hips open as you come up to that warrior two. Flip the front palm, keep the legs exactly where they are, and then just tilt back. Get long through the left side of the body. All right, pull yourself back up, take the hands down, downward facing dog. You can stay here in your downward facing dog, or if you want, you can move through a flow, right? So a flow would be moving through plank and then either choosing cobra or an upward facing dog. If you took your flow, exhale back to a downward facing dog. Go ahead and lift the right leg up. Step it forward in between the hands. Grab one of your blocks and place it down on the outside of your ankle. So this time we're going to build triangle from the ground up, right? So root the back heel down, right? Again, connect with that outer hip, hug it in, take it down underneath of you. If you need the block here, the block is just an extension of the arm. It's not there to bear weight on, but again, just to lengthen and reach the ground. So pull all your energy, all your weight up into your body, right? Press out through the front heel, straighten the leg, open up the hips, take the arm up. Find that long line, right, on the back foot, reaching all the way up from the inner foot, through the pelvic floor, out through the crown of the head. Go ahead and take the gaze down, right. Bend through the front knee, and then come into a low lunge. Take a moment here to just be here. All right, we're switching hip positions. All right. Shift your weight forward onto the front foot, and then I want you to draw the left knee in towards the chest. All right, we're gonna turn this into tree, so take your time, keep the standing leg bent, hug the outer hip in, right? With all of that in control, then focus on this left leg to turn it out. Find that external rotation, plant the foot on the thigh. And when you plant the foot on the thigh, think of hugging the outer hips in, wrapping back, right? So the tailbone, inner buttocks presses a bit more forward. You can take the hands at heart center. You can take them up. Go ahead and pluck the foot off the thigh, right? And then we're gonna go back to where we came from. So I want you to step it back to that low lunge. Hands down, down dog. All right, lift the left leg and step it forward. Grab that block if you need it, right? And how do you know if you need it? To keep the hips open, right? So pay attention to this back leg and what happens to this hip, right? So root the back heel down, right? The arm is just an extension. All your weight is being held in your legs, your trunk. Press out through the front heel, straighten the leg, right? So if this back hip starts to fold over, right, then you need more height. Find that long line from the inner foot, pelvic floor, out through the crown of the head. Start to bend through the front knee. We're going to switch into that low lunge. Take a moment here. All right. Keep the front leg bent. We're going to step forward. All right. Pull the right knee into the chest. Find your balance, find your focus. All right. Hug the outer hip in, and then find the external rotation of the right leg to come into tree. Hug the outer hips in, right? So there's that hugging in and wrapping back to press the middle buttocks forward. Right, pluck the foot off the thigh. Right. Start to bend through the standing leg. Take it all the way back to that low lunge. Hands to the floor. Step it back to dog. And then either stay here or you can move through a flow. But we'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. Take your gaze forward and then walk yourself to the front of your mat. Come into a forward fold. Hands on your hips. Right, unhinge. Come all the way back up to stand. Tadasana. All right. So this is that part, right, where we're gonna play with our Ardha Chandrasana. So if you have your blocks, I want you to place one on each side of your mat. And I want you to come to stand with your legs wider than hip distance apart. All right, so we're gonna come into Ardha Chandrasana. Wanted to get a little more centered. We're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana from a version of triangle, right? So we're going to start with the feet hip distance apart. So first going to the right, all right, I want you to turn this entire leg out, right? Find that external rotation. So we're going to turn all the way out from the thigh bone, toes to follow. Right, grab your block. Let me put this here. Grab your block in hand, right? And then start to bend through the standing knee, or the front knee. Right, I want you to press this knee out to the pinky edge toe, or to the pinky toe. Getting a little tongue-tied here. All right. Before we even move forward, I want you to be as aware of keeping this as open as possible, right? So bend through the knee, right? Crouch down, right? Start to bring the chest down towards the thigh. Stay as open as you can to plant the hand and the block, right? Step the foot in halfway, and then we're just gonna take the block out a little further. Right? Still just paying attention to keeping the chest, the hips, everything open, right? So with the leg, all this weight is gonna shift forward onto this front leg. So we wanna keep the knee bent, right? We wanna keep the outer hip hugging in, right? So keep that knee bent, take the back leg up, so lift through the inner thigh, right? And then don't even worry about straightening the standing leg until that back leg is lifted as high as you can. Right? You want the leg to be in line with the hip. Right? Flex the feet, press out through the heels. Right? At this point, the standing leg will be straight. This right side of the chest needs to come forward. So we're going to rotate the upper arm away from the chest to bring that right side of the chest forward. Take the arm up. And then to come out, oops, bend through the knee, right? Gracefully bring that back foot down. Come back up where we started, and then we'll switch to the second side. All right. So turn this whole left leg out, right? Find that external rotation. Start to bend through the front knee. Press the knee to the pinky toe edge. All right, grab your block. All right, keep the chest open and the front of the body open. Start to lay the chest down towards the thigh. Plant the hand. All right. Shift your weight into the front foot. Keep this knee bent, outer hip hugging in. Step in halfway. We're gonna do that again. Take the block more forward. This time when we shift, keep the standing leg bent until you get that back leg up. Back leg lifts through the inner thigh. And then when you feel stable, press out through both heels. Keep hugging through that outer hip. Right, and then turn the upper arm bone out away from the chest to take the left side of the chest forward. Take the arm up. From length through the heel, all the way out through the crown of the head. And then to come out, you'll take the hand down, start to bend through the standing leg. Right? Find the floor with that back foot. And then stand yourself up. And there you are, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. All right, go ahead and step the feet together. Close your eyes. Take a few breaths. Go ahead and turn to face long ways of your mat. Right, sweep the arms up. You can keep it real casual. Right, bend through the knees. You can keep the arms bent. Right, and then just softly fold forward. Start to bend through the knees so that you come all the way down to the ground, more into this squat. Right, and then go ahead and make your way onto your knees. First, we're going to take a child's pose. So toes touching, knees only as wide as the sides of the trunk, and then I want you to fold forward. Bend your arms, and we're going to use the forearms as a pillow to rest the head. Tune into your breath. Just focus on the length of your inhales and your exhales. Go ahead and sit yourself up just a little bit, right? And then bring the legs together and then refold, come into that child's pose. Bring your attention into the entire low back, right? Let all your weight come into your feet, your seat, your low back, and think of everything just spreading, relaxing. I want you to imagine that I'm going to come over and place a sandbag on your low back, right? Or even the thought of someone's hand on your low back, right? To just gently coax everything down and encourage relaxation. Actually, I even want you to reach back with one of your hands and just place your hand on your sacrum, right? And just see how that feels. Go ahead and take your hands under your shoulders. Very slowly sit yourself back up. Sweep your legs out from underneath of you, take them forward. Plant the feet, bend the knees, and then lower down onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest. Don't even touch your legs yet. All right, just allow gravity and the weight of your legs to start to come closer to your body. Tune back into your breath. All right, tell yourself to start to relax, let go. And when I say let go, I mean let go of tension. Areas in your body that you're holding, gripping, right, where you're doing all this work, using all this effort. Now you can place your hands on your shins, your knees, your thighs, wherever is accessible. And just allow the weight of your arms to heavy your legs. And then with each passing breath, right, as the body becomes more relaxed, everything will just get heavier and closer, wider. Take the feet down to the ground. Extend the legs out straight. Place your hands by your sides, right? And just check in with the chest. You want this feeling of upliftedness. So you may need to bring the shoulder blades a bit more under the chest. If you can stay here for a longer Shavasana, by all means, please do. If you have to come up with me, then roll onto your side. Use your arm as a pillow and pause. Use your hand to bring yourself back up, and then arrive in your seat with closed eyes. Place your hands on your body. Right, just take a moment to acknowledge this connection with yourself in this present moment. When you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. My name is Desiree. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, I would love to hear from you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you had fun. Thank you so much.